If you are like me, I'm sure you have vivid memories from many years ago, playing your favorite Minecraft server, excitedly logging in every day, without fail. But where are these famous Minecraft servers we all once cherished today? Do they still exist? Are they still alive and active? Or are they barely holding on, the server's days numbered, arriving at death's door? Today, we'll go back and explore, as well as revisit some of the most famous servers in Minecraft history and see how they are doing over a decade later. While it isn't the most famous survival game server, the Nexus is a server many players have fond memories of. The server first released in late 2013 and was founded by YouTubers Pizza Hut, Bajan Canadian, as well as ASF Jerome. At the time, Bajan Canadian and Jerome were doing an extremely long Hunger Games series, with each video getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, so as you can imagine, the Nexus saw instant success upon its announcement in Bajan Canadian's 250th Hunger Games video, regularly seeing 1,000 players or more online. A variety of YouTubers would upload videos on the Nexus. There were even YouTuber tournaments featuring the biggest Minecraft YouTubers at the time in late 2013 and early 2014. The maps were also a bit unique from MCSG and other popular survival game servers at the time, with their Hunger Games also featuring a unique mechanic called mutations. Besides survival games, the server also had Capture the Wall and eventually factions. However, in mid-2016, the server would abruptly close. Pizza Hut, who had actually left the server in 2015, would make a video on the server's closure, mentioning that the server had simply run out of money and was no longer being promoted. Bajan Canadian hadn't uploaded a Minecraft Hunger Games video since December 2015, and considering him and Jerome were the server's main advertising, without them it quickly declined. Coupled with competition from other SG servers at the time, as well as the general decline of Minecraft minigame servers, the server's days became numbered and ultimately it would close forever, to the disappointment of many of its players. It's Jerry and Harry is a familiar server name you may remember. Owned by popular YouTube duo Jerry and Harry, the server was founded in mid-2012 and featured your typical game modes at the time, including a creative plot world, survival, factions, hardcore factions, skyblock, survival games, parkour, Herobrine's Chamber, Build It, Spleef, and much more. Now, while Jerry and Harry had a large YouTube following, they never really directly played their server in their videos, as many other YouTubers at the time did, but sort of promoted it passively. Regardless, the server would grow, reaching player counts well into the high hundreds and low thousands. However, these days the server is not in as good shape. With COVID in 2020, the server got a large spike in popularity, seeing upwards of 300 players online daily, but over time the server would begin to dwindle, and entering 2022 would rarely see more than 100 players online daily. These days it's common to see the server with as low as 10 to 15 players online, although it is still online and does have many of its older game modes to be fair. Joining the server is like a blast from the past. It's been years since I've seen a hub look like this, and some of these game modes have almost disappeared entirely. The only game mode which seems to get players is Farm King, a cookie clicker inspired game mode where you touch grass to get more grass that gives you more money, and so on. It seems everyone here is AFK though, as nobody talks at all. The server's future isn't looking too bright either. Last year, Jerry and Harry announced they were quitting YouTube, and not too long prior on the server's forums, Harry announced that a donation goal bar had been added to the store, and if it is not met for 2 months in a row, the server will shut down. Now, this may just be a joke, but if it's real, then I doubt the server will be around much longer, as they have barely made it through this month's goal, and it's already been well over half the month. Speaking of goals, my YouTube channel now has a monthly subscriber goal as well of 10,000 subscribers. We are on the home stretch to 600k now. No pressure. Anyways, it's at least impressive that the server is still up and running over 10 years later, which can't be said for the next server. MCPvP is one of the most famous Minecraft PvP servers in history. Originally created in 2010, MCPvP was one of the first servers to feature PvP-centered game modes such as Capture the Flag, Hunger Games with Kits, also known as the Hardcore Games, and a variety of minigames as well as Soup PvP game modes like Kit PvP. From 2011 to 2013, it was the place to play Minecraft PvP and helped pioneer the Soup PvP meta that became so popular at the time. MCPvP used to regularly see player counts in the thousands, with a lot of promotion from a variety of YouTubers. YouTubers such as Bad Boy Halo would get their start on MCPvP, uploading a variety of videos surrounding the server, and also becoming an admin on it for a period of time. In fact, it's kind of crazy how many people who now have successful gaming or YouTube careers began or once played on MCPvP. Dream once played here, as well as George Not Found, Stimpy, Rocket League Pro and streamer Rizzo used to play here, high-ranked Osu players and streamers BTMC and Whitecat, and a variety of other YouTubers such as Leafy is Here and JoJo's ASMR played the server or uploaded videos surrounding it at one point. So what happened to such a monumental server? Well, in 2015 it was sold and merged with another server called Brawl, as the server was supposedly struggling with financial issues and was losing money every month. This was mainly due to HG losing popularity, which, as Bad Boy Halo mentioned, was due to certain kits being nerfed or changed, hurting the players' trust in developers and making them upset their favorite kits were no longer as good anymore. The game mode and its SUBE-PvP meta also became very hard for new players to get into and was not new player friendly. This ultimately culminated in Brawl, specifically buying HG and CTF from MCPvP. 2 years after this purchase and merger, the hardcore games was dead, and Brawl was very empty unless a popular YouTuber was playing on it. Without as much promotion from YouTubers, with SUBE-PvP falling out of fashion, and with 1.9's release around the same time, the era of SUBE-PvP minigames had come to its end. Earlier this year, in April, Brawl would ultimately shut down as well, spelling the end of the MCPvP lineage. The Overcast network, also known as Project Ares, is a server many of you may not have heard of before. For those of you who have played Capture the Wall or other similar large-scale game modes on Hypixel, the Overcast network is where such game modes truly began. Overcast Network was basically a series of large-scale rotating game modes where teams of often 100 players each would fight it out against one another to complete various tasks such as destroying the monument, capturing the wall, or just a simple team deathmatch. Games would last anywhere from 10 minutes to 1 to 2 hours, with them really feeling like a large-scale tactical war rather than just a minigame. I played this server a lot back in 2012 and 2013 and have fond memories of doing so. The server was often played on by YouTubers such as DocM77, who would upload a variety of videos on the server over the years. Overcast Network would grow, regularly seeing play counts in the high hundreds if not low thousands throughout 2013 to 2014. The server became renowned for being extremely competitive, but as with all PvP servers entering 2016, their popularity significantly waned, and as players got better, the server only became less new player friendly. In mid-2016, Overcast Network would shut its doors, supposedly being bought by Lifeboat, to eventually become a Bedrock Edition server, but that never seemed to happen. But this story has a happy ending. In 2020, former staff of Overcast Network would relaunch the server, and it's decently active now even 3 years later, seeing player counts ranging anywhere from 40 to 80 players daily, with regular tournaments and highly competitive scrims. To this day, it is almost identical to how it was over 10 years ago now as well. It's one of the very few servers out there that had a successful revival, which I'm very glad to see. Cubecraft is the next server we'll venture to. Initially released in late 2012, the server's origins would be quite different to what the server would become. Starting as just a survival server, it wouldn't be until 2013 where the server would begin to take its more noticeable shape, releasing factions, key PvP, Spleg, Skyblock, and more. By the end of 2013, the server truly transformed into a network, including minigames such as Hide and Seek, Infected, Skywars, SG, and Quakecraft, regularly reaching play counts in the high hundreds. By 2014, the server was seeing play counts in the low thousands, but it wouldn't be until 2015 where their arguably most famous game mode, Egg Wars, would release and the server would skyrocket. In late 2015, Cubecraft would hit its peak of 30,000 concurrent players online at the same time, an astronomical feat, and was regularly seeing play counts in the 20,000s, making it one of the biggest Minecraft servers to ever exist. Cubecraft had a plethora of game modes at this point and had cemented itself as a legendary Minecraft network. However, in 2016, with the release of 1.9 and Minecraft declining in popularity, many networks began declining as well, ultimately forced to remain on Minecraft 1.8. Cubecraft, however, decided to do something different, embracing the 1.9 combat changes for some of their game modes. This decision wasn't exactly well received by the players, but regardless, throughout 2017 and 2018, the server's popularity would only continue to decline. In 2018, Cubecraft Bedrock would also release, with their most popular game modes Skywars and Egg Wars. Throughout 2019, the server's play count dropped from the high to mid-thousands, still extremely impressive, and with COVID surging their player count into the 5 figures again, Cubecraft still was in an extremely strong position. But the server's popularity would only continue to wane, and by 2021 it had dipped below 4,000 concurrent players daily. In 2022 and 2023, the server would hit its lowest player count in years, rarely reaching above 1,000 players online in the past few months. While 1,000 player peaks are still extremely impressive in of themselves, how did such a monolithic server decline so much? Well, while players would say that it was due to the 1.9 combat changes or the server's game modes becoming lower quality over time with Bedrock taking a focus, Cubecraft Java likely just ran its course. Almost all minigame servers besides Hypixel are but a shell of their popularity these days, with minigames no longer as popular as they once were. However, while Cubecraft on Java has seen better days, Cubecraft Bedrock is the most popular Bedrock server out there, exceeding their Java server with a record player count of over 42,000, and regularly seeing over 20,000 players daily. On the topic of Bedrock servers, the Hive, the once renowned Java server, has also been extremely successful there. The Hive Java's history is long, most famous for being one of the pioneers of survival games, as well as containing many unique game modes such as Trouble in Mineville, The Herobrine, One in the Chamber, Death Run, and of course Block Party, amongst many other game modes. While never reaching the same heights as Cubecraft on Java, the Hive was still extremely successful, regularly seeing peaks in the high thousands. That being said, like most minigame servers we've talked about today, it ultimately would begin to decline throughout 2016 and 2017, and prior to its shutdown in early 2021, would only see a play count in the low hundreds. The Hive was shut down on Java due to lack of resources and players, with the server's staff mentioning the cost discrepancy between their Bedrock server they had launched prior in late 2018 and their Java server. While the Hive no longer exists on Java, it is the second most popular server on Bedrock, often seeing play counts as high as 19 to 20,000 and holding the record for the most concurrent players on a Bedrock server of all time, which according to Mindtrack is 54,663, an astonishingly high figure that their Java server never even got close to achieving. So while the Hive Java may be but a memory, its legacy will live on in its Bedrock counterpart. Finally today, we have one of the most influential servers of all time, a server which may have faded from many of your memories. Shotbow originally released in early 2012, and from the get-go had its roots strongly cemented in the hardcore PvP-centered Minecraft corner, likely due to the server's founder, High Life TTU's enjoyment of early hardcore deathband survival servers at the time. Shotbow became known for pioneering hardcore factions, a popular spin on the factions game mode with a greater focus on PvP, creating MineZ, a unique Minecraft spin on the popular game DayZ, Annihilation, a team-based game mode where players have to destroy other teams' Nexus while playing a variety of classes, amongst a variety of other one-of-a-kind minigames such as a Minecraft version of Smash Bros. Now, while the server's game modes were indeed unique, what made Shotbow so influential and revolutionary was the fact that it was the very first server to utilize Bungee Cord, which is a proxy allowing multiple servers to be connected together at once. Rather than having to join a variety of individual servers for each game mode, for example a variety of Bed Wars servers, you could join a hub or lobby and join the Bed Wars server or lobby through the hub instead. Shotbow was the very first Minecraft network, and it paved the way for networks and servers today who almost all still use Bungee Cord as well. Due to Shotbow's unique game modes but also massive popularity amongst the early hardcore PvP community, the server would shoot up to over 2,000 players online daily. In 2014, it was regularly seeing peaks as high as 5,000 to 6,000 players as well. However, throughout 2015 and 2016, the server would begin to decline. High Life TTU actually commented on this, mentioning that the server's game modes were quite challenging and difficult in comparison to other networks at the time, and as the age of Minecraft's general player base began to get younger, the server's tough game modes did not appeal to them as well as they did to older, more hardcore players. The server also had some stability issues, with certain game modes going long periods of time without updates. In addition to the general downtrend of Minecraft throughout 2017 and 2018, the server saw a big decline. By 2018, the server was seeing play counts as low as 200 to 300, and while boosted by COVID to over 400 in 2020, would decline again throughout 2021 and 2022. However, ultimately in 2023, the player base grew a bit, reaching the higher 200s and now remains stable there today. While the server is far from its glory days, it still has a healthy and consistent player base, a true testament to its once unique game modes and dedicated community. And that wraps it up. Make sure to check out part 1 where I talk about a variety of other servers, and comment down below with any other servers you want me to talk about in the future. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.